Today we're doing things a little bit differently than we did before. We're going to make vegan fish cakes, but we're going to do it in a different way. We're not firstly in the SJT theatre, and the second thing is I'm going to do it a bit more ingredient centric so you can actually see how it's cooked. Let me know in the comments below if you like this way better, so you don't have to see this face a lot less, but you get to hear this voice a bit more. But let me know, and then we'll see where we'll go for the next video after this. So we'll start. So right, firstly what we need to do is get the jackfruit. Now jackfruit's a very odd kind of like thing at the moment, it's very trendy. You need to make sure you get the green jackfruit, not this one. This one's sweet and it's totally grim. So always take the green one, preferably in brine. Most people like it in spring water, I prefer it in brine. So when it comes out of the can, it'll look like this, which is kind of really strange. It's very, very bland and pale. But this will, when you notice, when we start cooking it, will make a huge difference. Now this is when you need to pull it to pieces, basically to make it like a pulled jackfruit. The easiest way I do it is by pushing my knife down, and it sort of separates by itself. And when you need basically like a can's worth of this, cut the nods off here, keep them, because you can have them when you have pulled jackfruit. You can just break them down inside. So we need for this, we need about half a can of jackfruit. You can do a full one and make more, but I'm just going to do it for half today, just for quickness sake. So you need to feather that down and pull it a bit like pulled pork. When you make pulled jackfruit, all you need to do is add barbecue sauce to this, and then hey presto, pulled jackfruit. But cook it for as long as you can because the whole thing will separate a lot easier. Last one, just flake it. So this is going to be your cod, basically your fish, because it has a very little or no taste to it all. It takes on the flavors you put into the thing. So with this one, once we get in there, done. We're going to add something quite unusual now, which is something that normally we throw away, and that's these. These are mushroom stalks. But if you look, they're really fibrous as well and look very similar to the jackfruit, but they add an awful lot of flavour. So we're going to add about 10 of these to it. So just flake them in. These make great soups because you blend them all down, but there's a huge amount of mushroom flavour inside the mushrooms. So about 10 of those. See, it's already looking quite flaky, like a fish cake. So how you'd normally do is you'd cook the fish and run the fish cake. So as you can see, very, very flaky. And that's what you want for the texture of the fish cakes. Now, how are you going to make the fish cakes taste like fish? Well, there's two ways of doing it. You can either use this, which is Nori sheets at any supermarket, or you can use this, which is a Japanese lava, which you make soup out of. But with this one, you need to soak it and then cut it into small pieces and then put it inside here. But we're going to use Nori today. 2 sheets is enough to make this really fishy. Now, to make Thai fish sauce, you use Nori and just put it into water or vinegar, and preferably water. Vinegar will make it quite a hefty solution. So in here, we're just going to cut these into little tiny bits. I like it quite strong. You can put this into a food processor and blend it down, which is great. The lava, once you do it, it becomes quite soggy, so make sure you drain most of the water from it all. Do half a sheet for this because we're using the half amount. So 2 sheets basically for the full can of jackfruit. It already smells like the sea, which is brilliant. The next thing we're going to add to this is some parsley. some flat leaf parsley, and then we're going to add some chili. Now this is not a hot chili, you can add it as hot as you want to, so I like it quite chunky. If you want the seeds in, leave the seeds in, that's up to you again. This goes in. It's also a bit of colour as well, to be quite honest. Into that again. And then we're going to add some Old Bay seasoning. Old Bay is an American seasoning that's been around for crabs for such a long time. You can get it in this country off the internet, but please don't buy it off Amazon because it's a fortune. A lot of the big supermarkets have it, but it's mainly celery salt. So if you haven't got Old Bay, just put celery salt and paprika in there and it would work a treat. So it comes a tablespoon of that in there for this kind of size. Mix it round. Then we're going to add mashed potato. Now this is the one thing that's going to bind it. I've got about 2 medium-sized potatoes mashed and put into this. It's already quite dark. You just massage it in until you get a really nice consistency. And no fish could do without lemon. So we have a zest of a lemon. Just make sure it's not a wax lemon, because otherwise you're just waxing a candle in there. So you get a citronella candle in your food. So an unwax is great. You can get rid of the wax by just running it under a really hot tap. Perfect. And with this we need half a juice of a lemon. Oops. Mix this one again. This is if it gets a bit wet, you just add some more mashed potato. And now to add a bit of black pepper. With the noisiest peppermint in the entire world. Now this thing can be done cold as well. You can eat this cold because everything in it is already cooked. Right then. With this you need to let it sit for 10 minutes in the fridge. I'll come back after we've done the rest of the 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, the mixture's quite firmed up. Put this to one side, and now we're going to mix a slurry because we need to panko them. So we've got this, which is kind of unusual. It's Maseca flour. It's a gluten-free flour. It's made to make a tortilla with. So we need to make this into a slurry. Quite a thick slurry. It's about 3 tablespoons here. If you can't get Maseca, you can use corn flour, but make sure it's thicker than normal. Mix this into a slurry. So we have a slurry. We're going to start forming these into balls. Now it's up to you what size you make them into, or I like them quite small, so make them to a round circle first and flatten the edges off. Make a couple first. A full mixture makes about 8 to 10 patty fish cakes, but we're just going to make 3. You can make these into smaller balls, or you can make it into croquette shapes. That's up to you. We serve them in the restaurant in 3s. So that's our 3. Now comes the messy bit. And get some panko flour. Now these are entirely gluten-free now until we put the panko on. If you don't want to put panko on and you want to use gluten-free breadcrumbs, go ahead. So into the slurry first. Turn it around. Into the panko. The difficulty always is when breading anything is getting the breadcrumbs to stick. You have no problem getting these to stick, I tell you now. So, last one. You can freeze these at this point. They freeze really well, but when you thaw them open and uncovered in the fridge, that will dry some of the moisture out of them. It's all right, that's our 3. Just remold them back into the shape you desire. You need to fry these on a fairly high heat on number 4 or 5. That's my clock. On time it's 5 o'clock. So you need about 5 tablespoons of oil. Wait till it gets quite hot, and then we're going to put them in. Thaw them as you go in. Do the chefy thing, always lay it away from you. These will take about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. To be done. And we'll come back to them when I ready to flip. So once been cooking about 3 minutes on each side, give them a quick flip. And then 3 on that side as well. So once they're brown on both sides, and very crispy, we transfer them to a plate, drain some of the oil off. Once drained, we can transfer it to our serving plate. We serve ours on a bed of watercress and baby spinach. Serve with a wedge of lemon. And to finish it off, some nice sriracha mayonnaise, which is completely vegan. Just finish the ponds up. A little bit of chili just to help people decide that it's spicy. And there you go, we've got our fish cakes. Well, I hope you haven't tried these at home. So, jackfruit fish cakes all ready. I hope you enjoyed them and have a good go. Please let me know how it went. Give us a subscribe and a bells up for new videos. And let us know if you like this way around doing it. A bit weird today because I'm filming this by myself. So next time we have somebody to give me a film. So have a go and see you around.